we didn't get to see too much of the CT side from Eternal Fire. Most of their money was made from the offensive perspective, and this time they're just going to start it with a quick V-pop. Nothing stopping them except a couple of flashbangs coming back the other way. It goes into pool and lined up just about everybody so far. The duel, he's only good for the one. It's so shaky, and somehow he's still alive. Not ready for xantares. Back to the site, taps away 3, and even looks at the fourth. Rico demands some respect, but for how long? On 24 HP, he's got an onslaught of CTs to go through and a faded CT smoke providing no cover.
I love the duality of that right there, right? The shaky dualies of Emor, but then the steady hand of xantares that just snipes them all down from the back of Nubox right there. That is phenomenal work from Eternal Fire. That setup and the execution all there. As you can see, guns blazing, and I don't know if we'll get it out of xantares, but just look at the way he taps players out of the server, immediately dealing some nice blows. Though Rico did try and put up his best effort, but only so much you can do on low HP.
Dude, I'm just surprised. It's not even the fact that he more gets.
You got to start stringing some rounds together, right? We haven't seen them do that since Nuke. So trying to build up some foundations here on this map is oh so important. It's so critical here. And look at the damage that's already been done. The commitment towards this banana control, the entrustment in xantares to take these duels here. As he gets flashed in, and more sent deep in towards banana. And the reply is so swift.
I just love the way they late took banana there. Like, they didn't waste much utility on the early hole, where most people just kind of like, their entire goal is taking banana off rip, and when it doesn't work, you just go back into the site or like hold car. The way Eternal Fire do it is reactionary. They wait for an HONORIS to do something, and all the utility they throw is from a tucked position in car. It was so sick.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Good protocols right there. You can see them coming in with a clear game plan of if an HONORIS wanted to set some early utility in, they would have the right idea in the reply here. Great smoke. Oh no, it's a huge gap. Oh no. I thought that was going to be well placed, but unfortunately for a more anything but. And xantares flashed through the smoke here. How much can he get away with? Only one and then done. Damage done from Sobel as well on the lurk, so this round is all but over.
Yeah, it looked like they had the perfect setup too. I mean, I loved the plays like round the board from Eternal Fire, where that smoke comes through one of its own. Was xantares. His only job is to make sure that his B player can stay alive for enough time for him to get there. And after he more falls, it's like xantares gets flashed through the coffin smoke, gets a kill, but can't back away. And it's crazy too, because the person who ended up killing xantares, I believe Grasshog, was full blind to that flash. He just didn't look to the right because he was too focused on the oranges player. That's a completely different round if that happens. But still par for the course as HONORIS finally getting on the board a lot earlier than Dust 2. And it's been so long since they've known.
Terra still has full utility in rifles and all of that good stuff, but it is somewhat lacking here.
It definitely is, but I don't think that's going to shy them away from doing their normal stuff at Banana anyways. xantares falls, so maybe not worthwhile when it comes to the impact of winning that 1-for-1 trade, but you are still in a 4-on-4. And knowing these Eternal Fire players, man, anybody can step up to the plate whenever they're needed. So I'll hold my breath for now. Hey, probably the next man to be tested over at the porch side. Just waiting for the flash to pop, but nothing is peaked off that Sobel doesn't commit. Instead, it's just wasted utility in brackets.
And that's really important to hold on to some of that late utility, although Eternal Fire making a big gamble right now, and I don't know if it's going to pay off. Hey, 044 going to go for some mid-aggression. It's really well placed, but now that's going to trigger an execution in towards B. How quick can an HONORIS be about this?
I don't know if it matters how quick. I think it matters how clean, because if they take any casualties on the cross, even a couple of tags, that might just be fatal devastation.
What?
Even pushing through a smoke. Taz, a questionable play, and it gets punished. No doubt about it. Even looking for a kill on the flower pots boost, they found it. It's Grasshog, a 1v4, one of the quietest players for an HONORIS today. And it's your only chance to step up. Gets nothing done, though. It's Hey up through the smoke with a double kill. And boy, is this kid waking up in this series. You think back to Nuke. He started 0-4. We made a joke about his HDA because of his name. Then ever since, started getting some more exit kills. Started hitting some more off shots. He's going to Dust 2. He's getting more comfy with the openers. Now he's feeling himself. Top of the server, and it looks to extend it from this point forward.
Yeah, and I gotta say, opping on Nuke out of the doubt for being a little bit quiet on map 1, just given the nature of the map that he was playing.
It's just problematic for an HONORIS to think that now more of these individuals are starting to play better for Eternal Fire. More of them are starting to have an impact on the server. And it's just not the same for them, where Samey isn't getting much done, Grasshog isn't having that much of an impact, Taz is slowed down in the series. I guess Rico might be the one to try to steal things back a little bit, but they've still yet to clear out the man on the top of the balcony. It's a crossfire that works perfectly between Calyx and xCloud, and there is no weak spot. Taz coming all the way around from Arch. He knows somebody's in library, but when you're going against xantares, it's not as easy as just hitting the shot, because it's next to impossible.
They need AK to finish that one. Beautiful work coming through from xantares. Close things out with this crossfire, even more pretty. Player, a rock that makes the right decisions. Speaking of right decisions, Hayes here at 44 turns just in time to take care of Sobel's head. xantares, though, not the same fate. This time he gets bested by Rico, who's shown up into the server. He's having a great game so far, 8-5. This is... hasn't really been seen. Map 1, I feel like he was just even quieter than usual. Map 2, he was definitely quiet. So maybe it's time for him to show up on the decider. And he will.
Stuck around for a little bit longer than he probably should have. Still, they haven't put their foot on the gas for a B execution just yet. Just flashes! And instead, it's xCloud spawning to push back into A. Only one left to counteract this is A. Quick utility on the fly. They're not going to let any dots go undotted. Like through a smoke doesn't provide them any incentivization to come back in for an A-sided retake. Instead, it's just a save call. So, Hayes' early success goes absolutely nowhere, and it seems like past that point, HONORIS managed to keep control of things.
Yeah, nicely done right there. Able to punish some of the extension from Eternal Fire. That was an early 4v5. I mean, it was a very short-lived 4v5, as I think xantares died at the same time that Sobel died, but still, Eternal Fire maybe taking some fights on too many fronts there. Sticking around for a little bit too long, caught some overextension, but that's something that we said when you're feeling confident. That's something that you can very easily be caught in the middle of feeling like everything's going your way. So why not keep pressing the issue, try and keep extending things? Sometimes you get punished for it.
Well. Maybe HONORIS do still have some stuff left in them. But
towards the A side here, so maybe trying to establish some early control, but give it up pretty quickly. And oh my god, 2 entries immediately. Quick as could be, xantares falls just the same. And this round is already over. HONORIS, they're starting to bounce back. They are starting to heat up now, and they're giving no opportunities to take fights for Eternal Fire.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, though. Like, that was a 4-man B stack, and they find no kills. I mean, yeah, sure, they tried cheating a couple of players out, and they did end up doing that, but, like, you'd think when they... the problem was, they put 4B, they didn't take anything, they kind of sat twiddling their thumbs around CT spawn, and then just started transitioning back. Like, you can't just do nothing with a play like that. It's so committal. It's so committed. You have to do something.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to panic, right? You're going to start to send your resources quickly elsewhere. You're going to start to rotate off of every slight sound cue because things become a bit awkward in those sort of positions. So you're trying to
get in position in time, and with that in mind, HONORIS take full control of brackets with no problem.
Quickly establishing a very firm foothold in this round in terms of map control here, and see what they can walk away with. They don't really have their arch side covered at the moment. So they're really hoping for some timing to favor them, and Sammy actually could get blindsided. Hey, 044. We've already known him to be a bold player. Will he go for it? No, he's going to be hurt on the fall off instead. They're hearing this rotation, and in fact, I think they're going to move off that. Sammy. That's probably just delivered them this round alone by making one simple call out.
Oh, look at this, though. Ignore all the way through Banana's gonna spot. Okay, Steep, though, he fires a quit too early. He gets one.
Bomb drops.
Falls. And even with the USP, finding that trade is absolutely massive. They know the bomb is stuck over in Arch, trying to get a couple of shots in through the smoke. It's damage, but nothing all confirmed just yet. More inflicted as Rico falls to 1 HP, even caught on the cross. This round's becoming realistic now. 2-on-4 as the bomb is still yet to be planted. The smokes are going to start to expire on the Arch side. Do they push through? No. Instead, just grab onto guns and wait for them to fade instead. One flash left for HONORIS to fend off on this post plant, and a whole horde of CTs with guns to boot to pull this back.
Gotta figure out a way to play off each other right now, and Taz looking to do that. Sobel finds the first, though. Beautiful kill from him inside the pit. Now Taz trying to take some fights towards xantares. Nothing given up, though, and a quick headshot coming through from X-Spawn. It's just Sobel to 1-on-3, and he can't get it done. It will be xantares to solidify things with plenty of time to defuse as well. And Eternal fire, they rob that round away with everyone stepping up.
And the best part is, too, they only invested one gun. The fact is, it's not only a team ace, so that's good to see from Eternal Fire, but they get an off out of that. They don't technically lose anything because they only invested the one gun. Other than the off they picked up, they saved another weapon. It's as clean as you could possibly. It would have, man. Curiosity killed the cat, though, and that's the story HONORIS have to live by. Off of Hey doesn't actually commit to a fight. Like that, just takes the shot and falls out of dodge. But HONORIS aren't too eager to give this up just yet. Instead, maybe thinking that op's going to rotate out. Want to show some reinvestigation. Flash goes in and xantares goes in with it again. Man, this guy is nuts at winning these 1v1s. Gets the kill. Back into the site he goes with the rotation to A. And now Eternal Fire get to hold on to this man advantage.
Oh, man. These sort of plays are so difficult to deal with. Whenever a boost takes place, you already got a man advantage, right? The resources already are dwindled here on HONORIS. And then you extend some trickery, some gimmicky plays. It makes it so difficult. Well, HONORIS, so they will continue their endeavors in towards this B bomb site, maybe hoping to catch them off guard. Amor is on full HP, though, right? Not a single point of damage done. And xantares, the pin is already pulled on this flashbang, so he'll be ready to toss this one in.
Finally ends to throw it out, but nobody's crossed into pool yet. Instead, they're going to try to split this one in through construction. Hey, I don't know if he's caught wind of this, but Grasshog might be the one undoing this entire setup here in a moment. Emor, again, just when he, or rather, he needs to play his life as they come barreling in. No kills are found. Finally, something is brought back by Sammy on the no-scope from the off, but might just be all she wrote. Maneuvering around the site, has to pull out the sidearm. Oh my god!
Oh.
But hot damn was that a shot!
That was so sick right there. What a flick. Absolutely stunning stuff.
You know, it's better than Dust 2. Gotta give him that. Oh wait, what is that flash? What is this setup for that spot? Are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's just sick stuff.
Flashbang.
Perfect popper. He follows Nard out here right there for the opening pick. Beautiful stuff. Nice little opening. And a great way to extend this advantage here, right? Because this was fresh off the back of a timeout. And right now, you walk into another round where you're immediately 5-on-3 off the proactivity early on from Eternal Fire. This is not what you wanted, right? You probably called over a cohesive default with all these protocols set in stone. And all of that is now thrown in the bin by the positions because you're going to execute 3v5 into this B bomb site where 4 players are standing because of this flank right now from Calyx.
Man, they have got a read and then some. I love this from Eternal Fire. This is so crazy. Knowing they're pincered into banana, Calyx won't give him an inch. Maybe now he will. 2-on-5, you can't really do any wrong in this situation. Maybe just try to get a couple of kills, stat pad for yourself. But they know the last man's trapped in here. Taz not making anything silent about this. Instead, just going to try to find a couple of kills, knowing he's gotten 2. When you're pincered in, you might as well try to fight your way forward. Offense and backside. That's where 2 of these players lie now. 18 seconds, but this isn't unwinnable. He needs to start moving, though, and I think he's going to call this one off. Going back into CT spawn, it's another headshot locked in. Now he might be regretting his decision to go back into the spawn side, because if he had gone into sight, like, he gets that kill, it's an entirely different round. You can get the bomb down now. You can play a post plan.
Yeah, if he had 15 more seconds, then we're starting to talk about a 1v5 that's very doable. But unfortunately for him, time was of essence, and the only option was to hit that B-bomb site. And
them around just yet. Still, though, in striking distance of this half, if they can pick up 1 or 2 more rounds, it's possible.
1-for-1 trade is slightly less than ideal. Making a 2-for-1 is definitely a problem. And Grasshog holding for this aggression from Hay. And that's an easy punish. Easy as it gets here. xantares and Calyx might look to join forces. You might want to just gamble stack a bomb site here. Hopes that maybe you can either 1 save or 2. went around by a multi-kill, but they continue to isolate themselves 1-1. And soon, HONORIS just going to continue to take point on this A side. They have a world of opportunity. They could wrap. They could just walk up the lane either way. There can be no wrong unless they push through a molly and drop 2, and there's no trade.
They're not even going in now. No more incentivizing. Use up the rest of their utility, and xantares comes through on the rotation. Still a bit too timid for my liking, as he's yet to leave CT spawn. They're going around to the arch side, but this could be the proper play. Calyx fully banking that lane is now off limits, considering what he's just done to them to shut them down. Now, there's a world of possibilities they can do with arch control. They could wrap into B, thinking xantares might already be rotated, but now you know he can't be in lane. You're coming around through arch. At this point, just go into A. xantares isn't really going to have much to put up as a fight here. Timing is everything, though, as they spot one on the site. Cross, off, spotted, needing to kill. It's not delivered. Calyx falls, and xantares, this is a 1v2 you have to attempt. Look at the money for Eternal Fire. I mean, you're going into a save next round if you don't win this round, so you've got to give this one the good old college try. The benefit is there's no utility to stop you from coming in. These are both isolated duels. If there's anybody who can win them, it's xantares. Flashbang in his arsenal, but I don't think he plans on using it instead. Just going to take the fight. Samey, that's one he won't be dropping. HONORIS on 4, and probably 5 off of it, too.
Yeah, nice attempt right there. Calyx putting in a very heroic effort to try and pull that round back. He made every right play. You can see, I mean, look at the way that they played this. I said they could do no wrong. This was maybe the only way they could have lost was diving through that molly, but this last kill just needed to get Samey right there. Eternal Fire in that last round, right? They try to go for some aggressive maneuvers towards second mid. They've learned their lesson here. Now they have to make do with pots and pans on the perch. A third flash. Oh, it gets him on the fadeaway, but only one. Nice trade from Grasshog.
We're going to talk about how weird it is that UMP's used in the meta, but hey, if xantares can make anything, or if anybody can make it work, it's definitely xantares. Still, that they haven't left. They decided to transition into a B hitter, what looks to be it. Andy Moore, I don't know if you want to leave him solo here right now, man. Still posted up on the AWP as Samey. I don't think they really have any intentions of giving this up. As soon as he drops that smoke, I think what they were trying to do was bait them into going to A. He was just going to stack it, but then instantly met by a CT smoke of their own. Though still, no assistance is given. Sobol is trying to clear out some space, but considering you've just heard an M4 on the boost, can't imagine you're all that eager to go into this bomb site.
Tough to imagine that. Sobol's been very dedicated to this lurk here, and he should be able to spot out this aggression, but he doesn't get the kill. Instead, he gets immediately deleted, and that's going to be the alarm bells ringing for more.
Play your life, man. Stay alive as long as you possibly can. This banana flank is very, very close, so considering he bought them an extra second or two, it's like, job done. The due diligence is there, but I don't know if it's going to matter. Samey with that kill and a CT spawn might have just locked in the round. You know they have to be coming in from banana, baiting in and delaying for something. They even got the angle posted on for it, but Taz falls. So, again, hope. That's all they're looking for right now. Op at New Box is spotted, but not taken care of. And now you've got to break apart this crossfire with no utility. Yeah, you've got the element of surprise, but no more. You can imagine where the other players set up around this AWP. But
they'll soon realize that.
And they've got all the bits and pieces, but they need to get the kills in, and they need to do it soon. 2 players still tucked over an emo, and they don't know about this stack just yet. It's still not been sussed out, but by the time they figure it out, it is too late. So maybe you are just a predicting wizard. 1v5 for xCloud, and I don't think this is much he'll be putting on his resume.
Yeah, it's just never going to work, right? Even with the proper utility, you just need to immediately open things up, and once you see that first kill, fill the feed for HONORIS, you know which way this round's going. It's too many players and too many crossfires to crack through on that B bomb site. Realistically, when you have 4, you're just never gonna bypass it. xCloud here, it's all about just collecting some cash, $300 for every kill, because that's all you can really hope for now. In the meantime, Sobol, is he on 4x3? He's not. One round, we're gonna be talking about potentially 1 round, the difference between these 2 teams. But they're starting off their T-side endeavors with what looks to be a pretty standard Halls pop here. They've shown no presence towards that B side, and right now, Rico's already jump spotting it, so he's got all the information. There's a 4-man A lean.
Well, they know what's going on. They've gotten all the info they need to shut this one down, but can they do it? That's the question. Can they hit the shots and layer in the final blows? So far, the answer is yes, and they forced the respect out of the Yaps pop so much so that they've backed away. And they still don't know about Rico's flanks on xantares. No indication, no idea whatsoever of this possibility. If the bomb's dropped in enemy hands, the Moss is good for 2. I usually crown it the best gun in the game for good reason. Instantly shut down, though, HONORIS. Hours that they've seen anything close to a lead.
They're probably so hungry to get there as well. They don't want to jump the gun, though. They cannot make any mistakes here. Like you said, it's been a long time coming since they've been on the upper foot here with the high ground.
It's been a few times they've been around this track, so it's not just going to happen like that.
There ain't no hollering back to B right now because they've got full control. No escape. And they've, again, assembled this 4-man lean towards this A side. This bracket setup is going to be oh so strong. But there is maybe an opportunity, once that smoke fades away, for them to lean back in towards this banana position. But in the meantime, again, there's always some sense of proactivity. Sobel has just cleared out all of apartments, and this is going to lean them back in towards B, potentially.
Yeah, I absolutely love the way HONORIS have played this. Knowing that they've just doing nothing, you can only imagine exactly what's happening right now. Like, you know they're going to be incentivized to go back into banana after the smoke, and already they've been shut down. At this point, you're only looking for a bomb plant and a couple of kills. Winning the round off the table, already been stolen away. Maybe if you can manage a couple of picks and get into a post plant, then you can argue for a situation like that. But that's barring you don't get destroyed like that and lose all 5 players without a single kill. Tied up we are, HONORIS. Don't allow anything to slip through the cracks in what's going to be their best chance we talk about all day to steal this lead back. Maybe, just maybe, close this series out.
Maybe just enough to edge out this series. If they can continue the way that they're playing right now. If they can continue to establish dominance and map control here. Great utility damage already put down. But Rico is on an island. He has no help right now. No support. And he needed it. xantares nails the headshot.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking a little bit too quickly because this is also xantares and co we're talking about. This is one of the best players in the world. If I'm not mistaken, didn't xantares get best in the world once? Or am I trolling? I know he was top 5. I know he was top 5.
I don't think there's a way that he ever got number 1.
Yeah, number 1 might be pushing it. I might be Tricity tripping, but I know he plays top 5 once.
I actually don't know about that. But I mean, he's definitely one of the best individuals. You credit him for his rifle ability, right? There's no question about it. He has proven, he has established that he is one of the best riflers out there. There's proof in that. But unfortunately for him, he's going to get opted out of the server there. And Sammy playing very proactive, although he has no help. There is no support. They've gambled over a little bit too much towards this B bomb site. And despite Sammy's best efforts, he will only walk away with 2. And that'll be the A bomb site claim. Probably a save in order here for HONORIS. And the lead that they had is short-lived. But they're closing in.
I mean, there's a lot of utility to go around right now for the likes of HONORIS, so I wouldn't be shocked. They can molly out pitch, they can smoke them off, they can nade in the middle of the bomb site like they've just done with that molly missing. Their chances drastically decrease. And again, like, there's a world where this is possible. What's going on here, man? Like, they haven't left. Oh, they're pinning them in. I get it, because they can't leave. So they're just gonna make all of the Eternal Fire members die. Like, they can't lift this.
Yeah, Moore's probably going to be the only one to fall here unless they have a Doginate or anything like that. Planted on the opposite side there. It does about 6.
They do. Very, very short-lived lead, but they need to, I don't know, pull this back, I think. HONORIS, you can't get too cocky and ahead of yourselves. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, that was almost scary, but it's still Sammy walking away with an opening pick since there was no push up in bracket. I think they wanted to make men's meet elsewhere. But the only thing they've made happen is a 4-on-5 that they now need to work out of.
Don't like to be in those positions. 4-on-5 here. You've just taken back at least a tied-up scoreline here. You've just finally found the winning formula with those opening picks and trusting in xantares to find them. He did deliver in the last round, but so far, hey, not able to deliver in this one by getting taken down early. Risky games played by Sammy, but it all works out in the end.
I don't know, man. A lot of time being ticked off of the clock right now, and Eternal Fire are letting HONORIS get a bit investigative. Hearing the footsteps at Banana too, I'm sure that's going to intrigue a rotation or two. Almost even getting taken down. xantares, he's not stopping with these audacious, ballsy peaks, but here comes that flower pots boost. This could unravel the entire T side. Smoke deployed on that molly, and there is not going to be any more safe haven. You've got to go through that to get into B. We've even cheated an extra man over here in Speedway. I think they want to go for a crunch considering the positioning of most of these players. Calyx might even go undetected behind enemy lines, depending on the timing. But there goes the bomb. Already shut down, and they've still yet to spot up the man on top of the flower pot. Boost 15 seconds to go, and they know they're split up too. They could theoretically just push straight through the smoke, stop the bomb from going down, and there's really no trade potential whatsoever.
Oh.
The Calyx on the flick has just saved the entire round. Eternal Fire inches away from taking the lead back in what looked like it was a desolate round with no way of redemption in HONORIS. They've dropped the ball, and with a lot of utility meeting Sobol right now, he has to either wait up a Molotov or call this off. Nobody's crossed into Emo, though, so they're both trapped in the left side of the site right now. Going to be difficult to set up a crossfire here where you're both fighting together, but Sobol, can he break it apart? Already gets the first. Now it's up to Calyx. 1v1. Wide swinging on the fight. Sobol not going to drop the round, and HONORIS so damn close, but they don't drop it, and they take the lead back.
Oh, and now it's HONORIS' chance to clutch up here a little bit when it matters the most as well. They had so much going for them right there. Eternal Fire 2-on-1. Angles held. Dangerous games played right here, and you can see it comes down to the wire. The last possible seconds of the round right here. Calyx had his stunning flicks, but unfortunately, it's all for naught because of Sobol's heroics, closing out this 1-on-2.
Well, still the guns are out. It's not the end of the world, though I'm surprised that cost Amy. He was ready to get that repeat, too, and almost cash money for the opener. Not so lucky this time, but they know the opposite, so I wonder if they're going to try to play around that fact. So far, no big transition made in accordance, but a lot of round left to play with smokes instantly depleted out towards A. I think they've made their course very clear.
You just run it down. They have made it clear. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is going to be a lane play here, and they're already getting spammed out to the smoke. This gets immediately taken down before it ever lifts off. 2 kills already opened up and lining up 2 more. Sobol, xFloud wondering what on earth just happened to his team as he bails out of it. He gets as far away from that as possible. He wants nothing to do with it. I think maybe that spray has just been heard, because as soon as that takes place, Rico starts his own in on this bridge. Yeah, he has heard it, and he will kill him.
Damn, bro, was it worth? Painting the walls? I don't know if it was, I don't know if you got your money's worth out of that one. I gotta be real, but this is a big round for HONORIS to shut down in the way that they do. We've seen so many dominant
Story for them as well. Again, they went 3-2, just narrowly bypassing through the Swiss stage there, but able to close things down and making it deep into playoffs would be a huge accomplishment. Calyx is looking to deny that, though. He does trade out Rico quickly.
Well, I don't think they're going to slow down on B just yet, but maybe they should have. Flashes aren't booming in time, so Taz is going to get a freebie with no trade potential. Hearing all the footsteps pitter-patter towards B2 means nobody wants to be the one to recommit and give him a kill back. There's a gun picked up by xFloud, but I think the only way that's going to get a lot of use is if they maybe human shield his way into getting a couple of kills. He does have armor, so if there's anybody want having it, he's got the most HP with armor, so aim punch isn't a factor. But look at all the map control Sobol's just taken. Yeah, he knows mid could be open, and that's why he's telling his teammate to rotate back in. He's just heard the footsteps. He's going to be flanking the flankers, and that's if you're able to get past Samy's AWP, which is probably going to take one on its way in.
There it is. Looking up that deagle, but yeah, there's the flank. Now, bomb yet to have been picked up by either xFloud. Has to figure out a way to grab that, although he does control the spray. The A1S is going to sing here, but he's going to move up and continue him to that op. Sammy misses. He actually able to find one and another. Oh, wait, what is going on, xFloud? There's no way he can get away with this. He's making the right decision. He's going to go back in towards A. How is he getting away with this? He found 3 kills, 1v4, and this is how it could all go wrong for HONORIS. There's no way xFloud is going to win another clutch.
I mean, hey, they know he's low, but they have no utility, and he's going to play the mind game in this one. Sammy on the AWP. It's probably the worst player you'd want in a situation like this. Not kills-wise, but weapons-wise, as he moves into Arch. Timing is literally everything, and xFloud wins it. What a beautiful clutch from him. Shades of Dust 2 for Eternal Fire, who needed that round, who needed to gain control of it. I told you, if there's anybody who can use it in that spot, anybody you want to have it, it's him. Oh, man, and you thought this would be perfect with a double peek on Banana. You thought the trade would have been there, but
will give him deep sight line towards middle here, and it gives him amazing positioning. Flash isn't going to do a thing either. Actually, it does land quite nicely, and they're going to press the issue off that.
Trying to delay with utility. That's why Sammy held on to that Molly nade combo, but still, it's not going to do him very much. They don't end up holding on to Car. In fact, right now, as soon as that expires, Eternal Fire could potentially just walk up for free, contact it. Molly's pretty much telling them, though, they do have control of that part of the map. And there's a deadly sin being made right now by HONORIS. They have no map control. It's a 5-on-5, and Eternal Fire theoretically have both car and bracket control. It's almost impossible to lose these situations.
Yeah, they've been entrusting in Sammy to find these opening duels so consistently and to do so much work with this op, and it's fair enough, right? I would trust him too. But sometimes you just need a little bit of control established if you want to take a round home here. And it's going to be slightly lacking presence, only 2 players here, so it is going to be a lot on Sammy to do the heavy lifting, and one flash completely set the setup awry.
Oh, great pick on the cross. Sammy, he's ready to fend it off. The AWP is on the right side to try to contend, and they run through his smoke, and Sammy's farming them all up. 3 on the op, even with a lag. Grasshog steals the final kill, but it might be the final nail in the coffin. Op duel between Hay and Sammy. Hay slowed down on this T side, but it's not surprising to see from an Opera. What's surprising is how well Sammy's playing in this B bomb site defense. HONORIS, I told you, it's almost impossible to win rounds like that, but Sammy pulls it off.
Oh my god. Sammy, I mean, I said it. They had to place so much trust in this one man, and he delivered. Go for more aggression.
I was scared when he just walked down middle. Like, holy, that is literally a I can control my demons-esque moment. But speaking of demons, xantares is one of them, and he doesn't care whether there's a flash or not. He'll go through with smoke and give you 0 respect. Rico, blindsided, not ready for the possibility as the rotation's been called for Taz.
Banana smoke just tossed in here. It's going to be a gamble back in towards the A side, though, and unfortunately for Grasshog, this is not the proper read here. He's on an island of his own. One wing the smoke. He could line up multiples, and he sends that advantage back his way. One more to deal with in a more. He runs out of ammo, though, and that'll be the death of him. There's no lurking players here, but there's no rotate. It's only Taz that's made his way in towards this B side here. So they're going to arrive a little bit late to the party here, and the bomb already down now.
Well, still, here's the problem. When you do a fast take like this, yeah, it might work out when it comes to not allowing rotation timings, but there's still so much utility. Nade bounces into new box, and there's still a molly in play. Taz, he puts this on the right spot. Actually, either one of these backside angles, and this is probably going to be good for a kill. You've got to already fly yourselves out of dark, and he's even seen crossing into new box. You're going to know a couple of players are here trying to look for the second, maybe even spamming down for it. One's banana, one's new. It's not planted for him over in banana, but the hold isn't necessarily there. Sammy peeks up and gets the kill, but I don't think there's time. There's no kit on Sobo. Eternal Fire have held on to it by the skin of their teeth.
There's a kit right next to him. Oh, he could have won that so easily, but Eternal Fire, they squeaked that one by, and it's another little clutch to add for Xplot, as apparently he's bought just enough time to win that round. What a heartbreak, though. Again, they were inches away. If he had just walked over that kit that had fallen right behind him, that would...
Both teams not that great when it comes to money, on the brink of economic downfall. This is where things get really worrying, but Sammy isn't slowing down. Sammy doesn't care. Another opener added up for the AWP of HONORIS. And what does he do now? This is the walking highlight reel for them. 26 kills to his name. Can't imagine it ends there. It's going to be an attempted A take, it seems, for Eternal Fire, with all 4 players grouping up towards bracket.
Sammy's trying to drag them across this finish line, kicking and screaming right now in some of these rounds, man. And man, oh man, is he delivering. Every angle, he's always in their face. He's always choosing those right positions, and Hay hits the deck. And everyone grouped up towards this A side. They're still trying to test Sammy.
And again, not being quiet about this. Sammy, oh my lord, if he held on for a second longer. That was a free kill. It still goes back in for another. And they haven't cleared out the balconies just yet. Oh, I thought that was going to be a freebie third, but xantares is not playing around. They still yet to show presence of a man in the apartments. I love how safe they're playing this. Sobo, though, still undetected, playing his life. And it's up to xantares, the legend against the world with 3 kills. And they know he's in the middle of the site, but what can they do about him? looking for a potential double P, and they are not tempting him in any way whatsoever. Not a utility as he's stuck in behind the big site box, even showing face, knowing exactly where he is. They have to deal with him now. Head shown, even taking a dink through the box of his own. 1v2, this is so possible. Both on 1 HP, next bullet wins. And instead of going and taking the fight, he wants to throw in an HE. He gets the slam dunk, and that's the way to do it. You don't fight the demon, you throw a nade on him. No idea what hit him, and by the time he realizes it's too late, 15 first for HONORIS, 2 series points to move on and eliminate Eternal Fire.
You do not test your luck. You do not test your fate by uncrouching right there. He tosses the H, he lands the dunk out, brains xantares when no one could out-aim him. That is unbelievable. xantares, he tried every last effort, every little bit of soul left in him to try and fire if they drop this last round. If they get knocked out right here and now. They fought so hard to get here. Sammy is going to look to drive the nail home. And he nearly finds through the wall.
Inches away from what could have been the opener heard round the world. But instead, Eternal Fire catch a lucky break and force him back into the middle of the bomb site. Again, they've given up all this map control. Last time they did this, the opposite beat. He got 4 kills. He won them that round. This time, that's non-existent. They've got utility to try to fend it off, but they have to play their lives. They can't die. They have to give time for the rotations. And what Eternal Fire aren't going to do is slow down because you want them to. Counter utility already thrown through on the defense. Calyx even clears out the first oranges. Grasshawk goes 1 for 1. Enrico's not long for this world. He's just got to fight his way out. I think, honestly, all things considered, that didn't go too poorly. xantares planning on the opposite side of the smoke, and now he falls. The Titan of Eternal Fire goes down. It's 2-on-3 for the post plant to stay alive, to fight for overtime, and it's a MAC-10 and an AK with no extra bits of utility. Lots on the counterpart as Amali's going to go in towards Dark and Angle. They do not have to worry about any longer. And even both getting ready to push into CT spawn. Sainty's ready for this. Even spots out the second. Oh, who better to close? Not him just yet, but he's legged him up. Even goes for the stick defuse. Sobel's got his teammates back. And HONORIS have done the impossible and taken